Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Daniel the Paladin.
And I am Alex the Rogue.
Yep, and we are the Christian Adventure Gamers. And today we're going to be taking a look at a game called Galatune by Adam Wick. And it's created by Galatune, I think that's the name of the game company. And so the game company is named after the game. And this was a game that we were very grateful to get at Origins. The game designer, Adam, was gracious enough to give us a copy. And so, and then we got a chance to play it and learn the game. And then he actually sent us a copy to give away.
Yes.
To one of our lucky subscribers. So, to find out details on how to enter to win this game here, tease you a little bit, you're looking, Stay tuned to the end of this video and we'll tell you how you can win a copy of Galatune. Right, so these are the cards that you get to play with. As you can see, these are all the various character cards that have holofoil. And I love the holofoil on these. So, let's actually scoop this up. There we go. All right. So, the way to understand these characters is that they have an alignment and they have a property. So, for instance, this character here is a mystic and is of light. And so, if you look at this power wheel, okay, it tells you the different properties. So, you have nature, war, mystic, and tech. The way this works is that if someone was to attack, like let's say I'm this character here. Let's say I'm a mystic. If someone was to attack me with a war type attack, it's going to do double damage. Okay? If this character is me, I have light alignment. If someone attacks me with dark, it's going to do double damage. Okay? If someone was neutral, it's just going to do the damage that was stated. And then what's the benefit of having alignments and properties? Well, if someone decides to attack me with a mystic and I'm this character, it's going to do no damage at all. It's going to be nullified. Or again, if they attack me with a light damage, it's going to be nullified. The only time an effect would go through if it is an other, I do believe. Okay, if it's an other type of action, it would do something, which we'll get into. We'll discuss that here in a little bit. And so out of these characters, let's say I pick this character here, and then she'll pick a character. Okay, so then we'll take all these characters, put them back in the box. Alright, so then we'll put these back here so you can see them. And then we're going to flip these over. Alright, so they have stated actions and they have like a passive ability. So the here in red is an action that we can take. So we would actually have cards in our hand. And we would act like we're going to play a card from our hand, but instead when it's time to reveal, we'd actually flip over our card and put it on the target.
Or you could just take your character and do it without...
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You don't have to take a card from your hand, but it helps to psych the other player out. Okay. And so like my guy, his passive is Curse of Chrono, so each turn I can choose to play an action in my discard pile and then destroy the card after it's been played again. Hers is that it reduces all damage to her by 2. Okay, so we'll put those here, and then you're going to take your deck of cards, your action cards. That's what these are called, or action cards. Okay, you shuffle them, put them face up, and I'll show you the various actions. So this is a shield action. This guy's shield. And this is an attack action because it's attack similar to a sword. This is a life. Here, so that's how much life someone would gain when played. Another life. This is a boost. So boosts are going to boost the next ability or next action that you choose, and it's going to specify what cards you can boost, if it can boost anything, or if it's just going to be life, or it's going to be attack. Okay, so it's going to boost 2, whatever we'll play next. So this is a trap card. Trap cards are only played in response to other things, and so they're like a way of dispelling someone's action. Here's another boost. Another trap. And let's see, I don't know if I have one in my hand. It doesn't look like it. So if I look through these cards, there's going to be one that's going to have a circle. That's called the other action type. That's what I was talking about. So like this one says, user and target opponent become unable to harm each other until the user falls. If there is only one opponent on the field, both the user and the target opponent instantly fall. So this is one of those overpowerful cards. For a 2-player game, it's going to end the game quicker. And so you can take this card out of the game to continue play, or before you play. All right. So now that we have all our cards face up here, the reason that they're face up is because you can get a chance to kind of see what cards people are taking before the game starts or before each new round starts. And so my character here has a hit point level of 10, so I'm going to take 10 of these jewels here. And then her character's got 11, so she's going to take 11 of these little life jewels here. How many do you have?
11.
All right. Now set these off to the side. You can actually gain more life than what you start with. This is just your starting life, so I could end up gaining 20 hit points or 30 hit points. These are the victory point tokens here. They're these little yellow jewels. I didn't choose a very good playmat when I was setting it for this review. I could have chosen my red one because it would have showed up these little yellow jewels better. These are the victory points. So the first person to 3 victory points wins. Okay, and so I have 6 action points. That's what they call them. So I'm going to take 6 action cards. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, and she's going to take 7. And so now we're going to pick a card from our hand, or we can choose to pick an ability from the back of our player cards. When we're ready, we're going to put it face down. And it helps to pay attention to your symbols of what you're going to be using. Mm-hmm. So then we reveal, 1, 2, 3, reveal. And so I'm actually going to use this attack action on her. Okay, so I'm doing attack 3, cancels all life effects for all players on this turn. And so I'm a light character and she's a dark character, so she's actually going to take 6 points of damage, but her passive says that she's going to reduce it by 2. So she's only going to take 4. And then she's going to attack me 3 points because it's a nature and I'm mystic. If it was it's a nature and I'm a mystic. If she was attacking with a war ability, it'd do 2 times. So I'm going to lose 3 points. And this comes back over here, and this goes back in my hand because I did not use this card here. Alright, and then 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so I'm actually healing for 6 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then she's attacking me with a dark ability. And it says, after this turn ends, the user places this action card into the target's hand. Okay, so she's attacking me for 9, but because it's dark and I'm light, she's attacking me for 18 points. So that's an overpowerful card. So it's going to take me out. So all the cards I had in my discard pile are going to go back in my hand. She gets a victory point now. Mm-hmm. And the first person to 3 wins. So now she gets to look at my hand and figure out what 3 cards she wants to take. And she doesn't have to take 3 cards from my hand. She could actually take 3 cards from the top of this deck here. This game works better with more than 2 players, I will say that. Alright, so now I only have 3 cards, so I'm going to have to draw 3 cards to get back up to 6 cards that I had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Alright, then we pick a card. Start again. Alright, we're going to reveal. 1, 2, 3, reveal. Okay, her card says all players must flip a coin in order to damage the target on this turn. If fails, attacks against the target fail. If heads, attack against the target succeed and penetrate the shield. Well, we're not attacking, so we can ignore that.
Yeah.
But this is where we would need a coin, which I don't have a coin. I'd have to go find a coin or download an app to flip a coin. Okay. This says target gains HP. Target becomes a dark champion until the target falls. So I'm going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now I am dark. I'm no longer a light alignment. I'm dark alignment. And we do not draw cards. We have to stay with these cards. Just like in some video games, the only functions you get are the functions you get. So you get to hit the F1, F2 functions as many times as you can. But in this game, these are the only cards that we get once they're played. They go to discard. However, my ability lets me play cards from my discard pile. So. And you can use the ability on the back of your card too.
I know. But it's not going to do anything now.
Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Alright, so she protects the target against all harm on this turn. So I was actually going to do, well, I have this light arrow and it says penetrates defenses. So that's a defense, so I'm going to penetrate that. If the target is a dark champion, this card cannot be played during a full moon. And so that's just one of those silly rules, which I don't understand what it means by a full moon. Like if it literally means a full moon outside, or like if there's something in the game that signifies a full moon. But I think it means for a full moon that's actually outside, which I do not think it's a full moon.
It's not.
And so it's going to penetrate her shield. Because it says penetrates defenses. And it's going to do actually 6 points of damage to her, but because of her passive ability, she's only going to take 4. If it did not say penetrates defenses, it would have nullified. However, if she has a trap card, she can play a trap card against me.
Oh no, that wasn't the card that I was supposed to play.
Well,
I thought that was another card.
Alright. So, if she would have used her ability on the back of her card to attack me before I was turned to dark, this card says that it attacks her 4. It says this special attack is a simultaneously war and dark, and is affected by the advantages and disadvantages of both. So this would have doubled here, so it would have been 8, and then because it's both war and dark, it would have doubled again, I do believe. And this is one of those clarifying questions that you'd have to go to the website and find out. So it would be attacking me for 16 points of damage. But since I became dark, it nullifies all of her attack here, because I'm considered dark and not light anymore, because this is considered a dark and a war attack.
Stupid.
Alright. Alright, ready? Alright, 1, 2, 3, go. Alright. So she's using a shield that says Red Sun Guard. If the target's HP is 4 or less, double the rating of the shield, which she only has 3 life left. And so it's going to double the rating, so it makes this 16. However, I'm using a shield as well. I'm using Star Barrier. This shield can protect as many targets as the user desires on this turn. So, no damage goes through anywhere. And if I don't like the cards in my hands, I can self-destruct to kill my character, start from scratch, and draw all new cards.
So wait, at any time?
Yes.
Or
yeah.
oh, okay, so can I do that then?
You can.
Okay, so would it also be these cards?
Are you going to self-destruct?
Yeah.
Okay, so if she self-destructs,
Oh wait, would you get a victory point for that?
I'm not the one that took you out.
Oh, okay,
So she's going to self-destruct,
okay.
so she can get rid of all her cards, draw all new set of cards. to get 7 cards, and then she's going to get 11 life again. But then I do believe if you self-destruct, you actually lose a victory point.
Why?
I do believe so. It says that there is a trading rule. In between each turn, each player has the option to trade an action card with another player. That's nice.
What was it?
Huh?
What did you say?
It says that in between turns, we can trade cards, one card, with another player. So I do believe that's what he said, and I could go through all my emails, but I don't think that's necessary. So you would actually lose your victory point.
Aww.
I probably should have told you that before.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2, 3, go. Actually, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry. I wanted to do this. All right, so I'm going to use my Eternal Lantern. And so she is attacking me with 6. Damage done equals HP gained to user. This attack also counts as a life action. So she's doing 6 to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she gains that. And then my action is doing 3, but since it's a light attack and she's dark, it's going to do double, so it's going to be 6.
How is it still a light attack even if you're...
Because my alignment has changed, but the attack has not. So the attack is still a light attack, but you're going to lose 4 because your passive says you only lose 2. But hold on here. Yeah, that's fine. All right, and we choose another card. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. So I'm going to do this. Okay. At the end of this turn, the user may look through the target's hand and select the next action. And that's in nature. So I'm actually going to use this here. It says, when activated, this trap steals all effects on all life oh, that's not life action or boost action, never mind. So I can use nothing. I don't have a trap I can use. And so she's going to do 4 to me. Then she gets to look through my hand and choose which action I have to play next. So I'm going to lose 4. But then I'm doing 6 to her, so she's going to lose 4 because she negates 2 of them. So then that gets discarded and she looks through my hand and then picks the next card that I have to play. And it can't be a trap because trap is only played in response.
So
there's only one card in my hand that I could play next turn.
And that would be...
Yep. So she chose the card. So that's the card I have to play. And she'd pick a card. Alright, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so she's attacking me for 2. And it says, triple the rating of this attack if another player is playing a life action on this turn. Cancels the effects of all life actions on this turn. So, I only lose 2, but then I'm boosting here, and she chose Death's Wager. It says, mark a target with Death's Wager on this turn. If this target falls on the next turn, then all players except the target gain a victory point. Otherwise, the user loses a victory point. So it's going to boost my next action times 2. I'll leave that there to signify that I marked her. Choose another card. Alright, then 1, 2, 3, reveal. So I'm actually going to use this. And it says, attack 3 cancels all life actions for all players on this turn. And so she was actually going to use a life action, but now she can't. And I'm doing...
Wait.
Unless you have a trap to dispel my action.
No.
Okay. And so I'm actually going to attack her for 6, but because I ramped it up, it's going to be times 2 again. So now it's 12, but it's only going to do 10 points of damage because of her effect. And that takes her out. So I'm going to gain a victory point. And then I would need to look through all her cards from her discard pile and her hand, because they get put together, and I would choose 3 cards. And then play continues, until someone would have 3 victory points. Right? So let's take it back up top and give our final thoughts. All right, and so our review of this game is that, let's talk about the artwork first. So you got to see the cards. The artwork on the cards are great, and I love the holofoil cards of the characters. Okay, and so, and the size of these cards, of the holofoil character cards, makes sense. You know, they're large and they have a lot of detail on the back, like we showed you. It has the actions on the back, and then it has like the passive action, which that happens like all the time. Okay, and then I think that these cards, though, if you notice how much black space is on these cards, there, they could have made these cards a lot smaller. They could have made them standard size. These are tarot size, I think he said, but they're hard to shuffle unless you have really big hands, and they're starting to wear. They're starting to get edging on them. And with all that black space, they could have just made them standard size, made them easier to handle, easier to deal out, easier to shuffle. Okay, and as you can see, a lot of the cards are overpowerful. Like for instance, this Grand Reaper here. Okay, this says target instantly falls, penetrates all defenses. It's a dark card, but it's an other type of action. And so if I was a dark character, it'd still affect me if someone played that against me. Okay, and so that's an instant kill. And you can play this with other cards to combo, and it's just, it's unfair in a sense. It's just way too powerful, so it could really cause someone to win the game fast. However, you can choose not to play with certain cards in the game. That was an example of one overpowered cards, and there's a couple other ones, but I'm not going to go into details on those ones. And so, even in tournament play, you can, they tell you to take out certain cards from the game, so you won't be playing with those. And so I recommend that if you get this game, you play around with the cards, figure out what cards that you'd want to take out to be able to teach the game to other people, and then as you start to get better, you start adding those cards in to add more strategy of how to use those cards, how to utilize them. Because you start to really think about defense and stuff like that. The rule book is really small, if you can see here. Yeah, it's really, really small. There's not a whole lot of pages here, which is good because I don't like to spend a whole lot of time reading rules, but the bad part of it is that I had to email Adam several times with several questions. However, he pointed out to me that there was a forum that we could go to look up questions, look up rules. And so that was great that they have that for the community, because this game needs that, because it's starting to build a community. Yeah. It's a unique type of game. This game said it was created in 2015, but this is the first year we ever heard about it because we went to Origins. Yeah. But I've never seen it in any stores, never seen it online. And so I think that this game it will start to pick up, hopefully with this review. And so let's kind of start with the negatives before we continue on with positives, okay? Yeah. So one of the negatives I have is that the overpowerful cards, okay? And so, but you can take those out. When I was playing this game with the different people to see if I could teach the game and to see how well it would play with others in a new setting, there was a lot of questions came up by the different cards that they had. Oh, how does this affect this person? Can this affect this person? What does this do? How can I use this? And then I would email Adam, again with those cards. I'd take a picture of the card and say, well, okay, can you clarify this rule here? If this book would have had like a glossary or some kind of index or something, that would have helped. Or if this rule book was actually as large as this box and was comprehensive, I think that would have helped. But it's good that they recognize that there are some issues and not enough rules, and they've built that for them. So that's great. Hopefully they create that comprehensive rule book so no one has to go online. Another thing is that the game talks about flipping coins. But well, we don't carry change very often because we live in a card type world these days. And his answer to that was download an app and use the app to flip a coin. Well, I don't want to have to sit there and get my phone out of my pocket and download an app if I don't have one, or if I have the app, then go to it, then flip the coin. I'd rather that there came with like some kind of token to flip in this game. Another thing that I didn't like is that on this power wheel here, some of the cards can actually make you change your property or change your alignment. Okay, but they don't give you any tokens to give to each character in case that happens. And so if you change your alignment, I mean, obviously you can't keep a hold of those cards because they have to go to your discard pile. They have to. Or if someone dies and the card gets taken out of the game or something. So having little tokens with those different properties or different alignments would be so helpful. Another thing is that their marketing for this game is that it's like Overwatch, it's like Pokemon, and it's like
Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers. This game is none of those things. And so I believe that Adam, or the game company Galatune, is selling themselves short because this game is none of those things. The only thing similar is the respawn.
Yeah. And I mean, there are tons of other games with respawn.
Right. And so, but on the side of the car, the box, it says
or even
action.
on the top.
Yeah. Does it say that on the top?
Yeah.
It does. It's action-packed anime battle card game. And that's what it is. This game is unique. I've never seen a game like this. This game, I consider plays in real time because everyone takes their turn at the same time. And so there is no identified first player, which I wish that there was at times, just for like when people are doing traps. So if I want to trap her action or she wants to trap my action, you know, if someone gets to, like in Magic the Gathering, there's always a response phase. Someone plays a card, and there's a response. And so if everyone's responding at the same time, well, maybe I'd rather see her response first before I play my trap, or maybe I still want to play on her card. And just having that identified target, I mean, may be helpful. That's just, you know, it's a little mechanical thing that does need to be in the game. It's just a preference on my part. That's just my opinion. Okay, the game system works fine the way it is in the sense of how that trap works. It's just, you know, like I said, it's just something I like. I don't know if I talked about the game company. The game company name is Galatune, and the card game name is Galatune. And I don't like it when game companies would do that. The reason that is because if they make another game, there's going to be some confusion if they were to search or look up those things. The guy's name is Adam Wick that designed this game. They could call it Wick's Games or AW Games or something really cool. I mean, Galatune is a cool name. I mean, it's unique. But just to have that difference between game company and game, that way if you make more games, people are going to be able to find your designs, your games much faster than looking up just one game. Yeah. And so I just think that's like a preference, you know, and it would help, I think, for marketing. Things I like about the game: I love the artwork, I love the holofoil cards, I love how big the character cards are because all the information on the back. I like the fact that they give you the power wheel, and so I'd recommend making copies of this and giving this to each player, just that way everyone has a copy.
Yeah.
And I like how it does double damage. Okay, but if you get stuck with a bunch of cards, and let's say everyone chooses war type characters, and you get a bunch of war cards, they're not going to do any damage, so you have to self-destruct and then go get new cards, which kind of stinks. But I do like the aspect that you can do double damage, so it makes the gameplay super fast. Like this game, you're playing each action each turn. The only time you have to wait for somebody is when someone's making a decision what they want to play. I like that you can either play a card or play the action off the back of your character. Those mechanics there make the game so unique, so fast to play. Like we can play this game in under 20 minutes because we're only playing to 3 victory points. Okay, now anything else that you want to talk about the game? Positives?
Not really. I mean, it's just a very beautiful game. It's very fun. It is very competitive, but it's competitive in a fun way, which I like. So.
Yeah. And you can play with any number of players.
Yeah.
Which I can think it can be a really good thing, and it might not be such a good thing. Because with a starter set, you can play with 2 to 5 players, but if you have more than one starter set, you can play with multiple, up to 10. Like if you had 2, if you had 3, we up to 15. Because you're all taking your actions at the same time, so there's no wait in between to figure out who's going to do what.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, hopefully you liked our review. And you're interested in getting this free copy of Galatune as I kind of tease you. Roll around, yeah, how you see, yep. So, the way that you get entered into this contest, okay, is that you have to be a subscriber to our channel, Christian Adventure Gamer. You can even check us out on Facebook. But in this video, I'm going to put a link to Galatune.com. I want you to go to their website, check it out, and then come back to this video, comment below something you learned about Galatune. Okay? So, simple enough, right?
Yeah.
You, after watching this video, go to Galatune.com, find something new, make sure you are a subscriber to my channel, go down below, and comment something you learned about Galatune. Okay? Also, I want to note that it helps if you make your subscriptions public. So that way, when I can verify if you are a subscriber to my channel, it shows up right away on my end. I don't have to go figure out, ask questions like, hey, are you really, because I want to be fair to my subscribers. They're my community, and I think that's only fair to them that if they're gonna subscribe to my channel for a chance to win, it should be only for those people that are subscribed to my channel. Okay, so subscribe to my channel. Go to Galatune.com, which the link will be below. Come back to YouTube, to the original video. Comment below what you learned. And today is August 19th, 2018. So I'm going to let this run for 30 days. So on September 19th, I'm going to do an update to my channel. And I'm going to discuss the winner of this game. I will mail it to you for free. Okay? So, hey, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.